Yo. Fresh off my final destination, avoiding the Pikachus and Pokemon trainers, not settling for nothing less than first placement. I met a knight that couldn't fight when compared to greatness. Yeah, I'm the missing link in all chains, with no sword, just a punch like Falco. All flame, they all lame, know they all game. So watch me.
What's up, everybody? This is TheWon, aka the Kanye West of YouTube, motherfucking genius, and I'm bringing you a special episode out from the side of my neck. In this video, I wanted to take a last look at the Nintendo Wii by presenting to you my full and final Nintendo Wii video game collection. This is a collection of 129 video games I purchased for the Nintendo Wii during its 6-year lifespan. So please enjoy this look at one of the few huge collection of Nintendo games on YouTube. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the show. If there was one misconception about the Nintendo Wii this generation, among the many of other reasons detractors of the system had towards it, besides the below current standard gaming graphics and the lack of a solid online infrastructure, there was the supposed lack of video game content. Jaded gamers came to this conclusion due to game developers not being capable of transferring HD console created content to the Wii, and their lack of wanting to create content from the ground up for the system. Still, real Wii owners like myself came to realize that the Wii was a system that could produce the type of video games that you could only experience on the system. The Wii was a system that was built to be an introduction to all types of video games, a birthplace for new genres and the rebirth of old styles of gameplay that modern game designers felt were past their prime. The Nintendo Wii, while had limited representation in some areas, without a shadow of a doubt shined in others. The Nintendo Wii video game library has something for all types of people who played video games, no matter your age, gender, or overall experience level. Adding the use of the Wii Remote Control, which by itself added even more precision, depth, and enjoyment to popular game types, the Nintendo Wii gave open-minded gamers, people who realize that it is gameplay that should define their gaming experience, something to look forward to with each new purchase. Out of my 129 purchased games, 49 of them were first-party games. This was the strength of the Nintendo Wii. Quality games created exclusively for the system by the best gaming development studio in the world, Nintendo, featuring games from the most iconic franchises and characters in the video game industry. Designed and produced by the single most important mind the video game world has ever known, Shigeru Miyamoto, father of modern gaming. Similar to days of consoles past, when Nintendo was the sole provider of entertainment to every person who called themselves a gamer. During the Nintendo Wii era, Nintendo took their production to another level, releasing more games for their self-designed home console than they have since the SNES. Never shied away from producing games starring the legends of the industry, while still creating new experiences to push the gaming world in even a new direction. The Wii gave old retired franchises an opportunity to live again, cult classics a chance to become popular mainstay franchises, taking chances with popular series and characters by altering them with different graphical looks or gameplay mechanics, even if those decisions turn out to be a mistake. In the end, I do realize the Wii could have been even much more than what it was, especially when you realize how much Nintendo held back in the twilight years of the Wii. The lack of localization of some pretty interesting games created by Nintendo of Japan. Then there was the lack of new entries in a few of Nintendo's other popular properties. It is clear to see that Nintendo treated the Wii the same way they treated the Nintendo Entertainment System years ago. A first step, a beginning look at the new world that was upon us. If this is true, I can only see with the Wii U, the second coming of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, I present to you my first party Nintendo Wii games. We all know Mario is the man, the most popular and successful video game character of all time, which means because of this, he is going to appear in a lot of games. Some say that Nintendo is milking the character in the same way that other companies release yearly sequels to their products. I don't agree with this opinion because of the variety of games Mario appears in, from party to sports to adventures. Games created in old school 2D, current 3D, or a little bit of both. This generation, Mario continued to provide gamers with genre-defining experiences, surpassing the bar he set and reaching even higher levels of greatness. This was the Super Mario experience on the Wii during this generation. There is no series that has the pedigree of The Legend of Zelda. This series stands as a symbol of Nintendo's greatness. As a symbol, it comes under the most scrutiny. As Twilight Princess ushered in the Wii era, Skyward Sword closed that era out. Twilight Princess gave us a small taste of the potential of motion controls, and Skyward Sword was the full course meal. Like all Zelda games, only after time has passed will we truly appreciate them. As a piece of digital art they are. Love it or hate it, approve of the direction taken, or disagree with the proposal, you can't deny that the success of Nintendo and its console was all thanks to the creating and introduction of the Wii series of games. Games created to be a training tool for the motion control revolution. Family-oriented but active gamers design episodes. Games designed to get you moving, make you active, and thanks to the inclusion of the biggest stars of the games, the Mii, get you and your family personally involved. The Wii series expanded the gaming population and evolved past gaming types into the next generation. The Wii gave us a double dose from two other Nintendo series, Metroid and Kirby, both providing strong, consistent new games and risk-taking new directions. The Prime series is the standard when it comes to the first-person adventure genre, and Kirby's Return shows why 2D platformers is not a thing of the past. Finally, overall, when I think of Nintendo's first-party offerings for the Wii, I would think of old franchises that Nintendo gave new life to, thanks to implementing the Wii Remote control scheme to them, like Excite Truck, Punch-Out, and the Play It on Wii series. I will remember the fun I had playing new versions of great SNES, N64, and GameCube favorites, like Donkey Kong Country Returns, Sin and Punishment, Battalion Wars, and Animal Crossing. Finally, the new worlds that came our way thanks to the Wii, featuring Endless Ocean, Fling Smash, The Last Story, and Xenoblade. Now, let's take a look at the other 80 games I purchased for my Nintendo Wii, all coming from third-party developers who were willing to give the console a legit chance. Being a Nintendo fan, if there is one stereotype we must be bothered with, it's that we only buy first-party games. Looking at my collection, noticing that I have third-party games at a 2-to-1 ratio compared to my first-party illustrate that this assumption is not always true. First, I want to say that the Wii third-party efforts were lacking the mainstream Rockstar appeal games, meaning a lack of games featuring titles from most of the current generation blockbusters. Also, due to the limitation of the Wii hardware and the lack of desire from game developers, we never really achieved the complete realization of what a high-quality third-party game for the Wii could have been. In the end, regardless of your own gaming preference, you didn't have to look too hard to find complete and engaging third-party content on the Wii. The Wii hardware's limitations was a curse and a blessing. While it kept some of the established franchises out of the Wii's library, it permitted other developers an opportunity to stand out and make a name for themselves, for new ideas to be pushed forward into the limelight. The boundaries of gameplay evolved, and providing games based in reality, natural, realistic interpretations. One of the third-party developers who embraced the Wii the most had to be Sega, taking their own superstar Sonic the Hedgehog and making him a Wii regular, delivering various games through the Wii lifespan. Sega also used the Wii to give some of their classic works a chance to be played by a new generation. Finally, Sega was on the front lines when it came to promoting new studios who had ambition to become the next big thing in the industry. While their offerings may have disappointed most, in some cases the risk taken has benefited some and will benefit us in the near future. Capcom was another third party who had this love and hate relationship with the Wii. In one moment releasing exclusive amazing games like Zack and Wiki, Monster Hunter 3 Try, and Tatsunoko vs. Capcom on the Wii. In the same breath, they wasted resources by creating games like the on-rail shooter Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles and Spyboards. The Wii Remote provided third parties new ways to play their old games, allowing them to expand their game into new audiences in the process. We can only imagine how many more people may have started to play games like Call of Duty thanks to the ease of use the Wii Remote presented them. How much more flexible the Guitar Hero series became thanks to the Wii Remote, and how EA was finally able to innovate their sports titles, making them even more realistic, like Tiger Woods Golf. All of this capable thanks to the Wii Remote, where there weren't the industry headliners. The Wii allowed newcomers, has-beens, and underdogs a playground to mature and grow. The 2D platformer genre, featuring games like Rayman Legends, Muramasa the Demon Blade, and Lost in Shadow, once again thriving on a console instead of the ghettos of the digital download servers. On-rail shooters, the forefather of the first-person shooter, party games, and puzzle games, all being resurrected on the Wii. The Wii was a modern-day arcade, and its library showcased the old style of games, where all you needed to know is what the A and B button did. At the same time, pushing the idea of motion controls to the next level, with games like Elebits, Bloombox, Red Steel 2, and Trauma Team. Third-party games range from the ultra-cute Munchables to the banned and extremely violent Manhunt 2. Because the Wii was the Wii, every third-party game for it was an exclusive. The Wii Remote made every game only playable on Wii until others copied the control scheme. Third parties may have felt they weren't given much to work with. If the Wii had just a little more raw power, maybe others would have been willing to create games for the system. Even after saying all of that, with what I was provided with what I experienced and enjoyed on the Wii, I was satisfied with their offerings. Those games filled in the gaps between first-party releases, and in some cases catered to an audience Nintendo couldn't deliver for. I would like to thank you for watching and listening to my Nintendo Wii video game console tribute video. This video is not meant to paint the entire 6 years of the Wii as the best of this generation. I'm also not trying to compare the Wii's journey to its rivals. I just want to give open-minded gamers a look at the Wii from the perspective of a person who enjoyed the revolution the Wii has started. With the Wii U fastly approaching, I can see where Nintendo has taken steps to correct the problems the Wii had when it comes to the games made and released for it. I believe that those who enjoyed their Wii despite its flaws will be rewarded with the Wii U. Even if it doesn't surpass the Wii, I wouldn't consider that a problem, simply because I enjoyed mine. This is TheWon, and I'll see you next time. Peace.